All right, y'all. Hey, hey, hey. This is Charisma Cares, and I am coming back to you every Monday at 12:30. It was 12:15, but I switched it to 12:30 because I wanted to make sure that it was a good round time for you all to jump in and catch the live. But also just know that we also will have the replay up for you to check that out. So, this week we are streaming live on a couple of different channels. So, I'm really happy about that. And just a couple of things I wanted to let you know. So, if this is your first time catching the broadcast, we stream live every Monday at now 12:30. Let me know if Mondays are a good day for you. I like it at lunchtime, but if you feel like there's a better day, I'm wondering if Mondays are just so busy that it's hard to jump on. Um, and second, if you need to get in touch with me, the link should be somewhere around this video. If you don't see it, it may be posted in my bio or something of that nature. But my website is holisticbreakclinic.com, and I'll post that as well. Today I'm going to jump right into it, into Holistic Health Hour. Holistic Health Hour, actually, y'all, is not an hour. It may be about 15 minutes to 30 minutes, but I love the title. But it's a time where I want to take a moment to discuss with you just some health issues that may be going on, or, some different things that you may be seeing in your body that you have a question about. So you can always jump in, ask a question. We can do a quick chat, but I like to go over a different topic. This month in August, we're talking about stress, and today I want to talk a little bit about 5 different things that we'll notice with stress that you probably don't even realize is stress and the hormones that affect it. So, the first one I want to talk about is the one you probably know most often. The fifth one is the one that you probably like, really? So, the first one is fatigue, tiredness. That's that low energy. You may have trouble sleeping, falling asleep, getting And if you go back, you'll see that we talked about that last. Extremely tired, but you're still doing stuff like constantly moving, picking up your phone, watching it at night, not using the blue screen. You may not go to sleep till like 1 o'clock. We talked about, last week, catch that live. We talked about the optimal times to be asleep, for your brain to refuel and your body to pull some of those nutrients. But that is a just like one of the major symptoms of stress. You're just tired, the fatigue, you're wore out, all of those different things. Um, Another one is digestive difficulties, and this may happen to some more than others. Stress affects everything in your body. Your stress hormone actually lives on top of your kidneys. It's your adrenal gland. So that's where everything, all those different hormones are made and produced and do all of these different things. But that cortisol comes from those adrenals. And we've talked a little bit about that being that stress hormone, the cortisol. Well, what happens is that the stress, as it builds up, it may cause some stomach issues. For some people, it may cause constipation. It can cause diarrhea. It'll make you where you don't want to eat. For some people, it makes you want to eat. You may want like the sweet foods, the salty foods. You just need to satisfy it. You ever been like really stressed out? Maybe you had a recent breakup or something of that nature, and you decide you need some butter pecan ice cream or some Rocky Road ice cream. You just decide you don't need a bowl of ice cream. Like this time, you actually need a whole just give me the whole container ice cream. Just let me sit here, cry it out, deal with it. All of that is your stress hormones. And, if it's just something like we just had a breakup or something like that, then that's one thing. But if these stress hormones are, you're in a chronic stage of stress and it's continuing to go on, as you can't live that way. We can't live off of butter pecan ice cream, of course, although we may like to. So that's the other thing that those stress hormones do. They cause those digestive issues. Another one is that need for caffeine. Your stress hormones also affect your ability to sleep. So a lot of times people end up drinking that cup of coffee, drinking their Starbucks, and it becomes something that you need regularly. You need to know, every day you need to have that caffeine to wake you up. And actually, what it does is it creates a negative effect on your stress hormones. So it actually makes you more stressed, more tired in the long run, even though initially and immediately it may cause that boost in energy. Hey there, Diamond. So, it causes that initial boost of energy, but then that dies down and then you're back to being tired and having the fatigue, and all of that. So in the end, after you drink that coffee or that cappuccino, or what's it, macchiato? Y'all know I don't drink a lot of Starbucks, but after you drink that, even though your system, you're ramped up, you're ready to go, then you crash, and then it's actually worse than it was to begin with. So the next one that y'all probably don't think about is decreased libido. Stress over time will decrease your libido. You just don't have the energy. And it's not just that you mentally don't have the energy, but you physically and emotionally don't have the energy. Your organs aren't producing enough energy. Your adrenal glands that we talked about, it needs to send the signals for your body to have that energy. Well, guess what? If you don't have the energy for anything else, if you have fatigue and all of that, yeah, that libido is going to go right along with it. So that is something to consider. And then the fifth thing that I want you to know, and I think 4 and 5 are big ones, is hair loss. A lot of women and men experience hair loss. And a lot of times you just don't know what it is exactly, what's causing it. And you're doing all these creams and you're getting the Rogaine and you're getting the injections in your hair and you're seeing the dermatologist and nothing is working, when in actuality, it may not have anything to do with your hair follicles at all. It may actually be the adrenals. Again, I told you they control all of those hormones. All of that is now causing hair loss, and that is where that's coming from. So it doesn't matter what the dermatologist gives you, if we don't treat the stress, then in turn you still deal with the hair loss. So you're probably like, okay, we got all these issues, and what do we now do with that? So, one thing that I would recommend doing is what's called the Dutch test. The Dutch test is actually a test that measures your hormones, your female hormones. It measures male hormones as well. So, your estrogen, your testosterone, your progesterone, but it also measures your adrenal hormones. So, that cortisol and cortisone level that I talked about, that seems to affect just about everything. Um, excuse me. And so it measures all of those different hormones. And in measuring those different hormones, we can find out exactly where you're going wrong. What hormone do you actually need to start fixing the stress and start fixing all of these symptoms, fixing the fatigue, um, excuse me, correcting the hair loss, making it so that you actually don't have to spend, well, it used to be $5 at Starbucks, which is now like $8 at Starbucks every day, fixing those digestion issues. Excuse me. Excuse me, I should have brought some water over here. So when we do the Dutch test and we look at these hormones, and you look at over 100 hormones actually, and we look at these levels, your cortisol level. We look at if there's a nutritional deficiency. We look at if there's some issues going on with your gut health. We look at your melatonin that has to do with sleep. We look at all of these different things in this beautiful snapshot, and we're able to really tell where your system is breaking down and where things are going wrong. Now, this Dutch test can be shipped directly to your house, and what it does is it's tested through urine and saliva, so you don't even have to do a blood draw for it. So it is something that can be used as a very vital tool that can be used to help you start fixing these issues. So, like I said, my top five, if you're having issues with these things, fatigue and low energy, digestive issues. You need that caffeine on a regular basis. You have that decreased libido or the hair loss. If you're having these issues, you've been trying to treat them forever, if you've gone to the doctor or you've picked up every single thing there is to try to fix these things yourself, think about doing that Dutch test. And it's definitely something that I can assist you with. So let's see. I'm gonna go to the comments. Hey there, my boss. And you love my painting. Yes, this particular painting I got in Colombia, because you all know how I love to travel the world. So this is one of their graffiti paintings. And I love elephants, so I got this painting. So that is our holistic health hour for this Monday. And I hope to, and y'all, like I said, it's not really an hour, but it just depends. So if you have any questions or comments, make sure you post it. Let me know if Mondays work, or if you feel like we should just do this on a different day, maybe on a Wednesday, on hump day, when things are a little slower. And if you have any topics that you want to discuss, feel free to put them in the comments. And then, we can throw those into one of the holistic health hours and discuss that. And remember, I'm always online posting different information for you. So if you want some more, you want to learn a little bit more, make sure you follow me. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful Monday and a